Hey there, Dragon Ball Infinity. I'm Luke, your roleplay admin, and this is a roleplay review for Julian's Log Brief Connections. Um, this is a good log. It it kind of it's pretty strange actually. It starts off. It's a real simple log. It starts off with Julian eating. He's at a diner or something, and this waitress sort of approaches him. This waitress named Eleanor, and as they're talking, the tuffle inside of Julian named Salnor starts to pick up on these strange, like pheromones, sort of like a molecular scent of another being like him. One thing leads to another. They sort of start drinking, and Julian leaves with her and goes back to her flat on the colony, Centauri Primus, and they talk for a minute, but Julian actually does it in a really cool way. Like, he has Eleanor and Julian start to kiss, and as they're kissing, the Tuffles are sort of like sending all this information to one another and sort of like talking, like trading history, like thousands of years, or however old each of them are, like trading, talking to one another. It was done really well. It was actually probably the best moment in the log. That was really cool, Julian. I really liked that. Uh, and then afterwards, Salnor kind of realizes that the tuple inside of Eleanor is a lot more menacing and is probably the cause of the outbreak on Centauri Primus. So a battle sort of ensues, where like a battle of ideals almost. Like Eleanor is almost mocking Julian or Salnor, really, because he allows Julian to sort of act, like because they sort of share the body, they're sort of working together. Whereas Eleanor has dominated, or Eleanor's tuffle has dominated the human that she's inside. So yeah, so it was pretty cool. Um, I guess what you could improve on though is that it, the molecular, like the really detailed magnifying glass thing that you're going with, it it's hard to read and it's not exciting. I thought I said this in a previous video, but it I think we get how Salnor works now. We don't really need to keep zooming in and learning about all the specific nutrients he needs from a steak. We don't need to know that Julian's like has to hold the piece of steak inside of his mouth and can't eat it himself so Salnor can get it. Like, um, it's I see what you're trying to do, and I know you're trying to like really explain how explain all that biological stuff. But as a reader, it's more information than I need. Like I understand it now. So I think it's something you're gonna have to slowly work out of. But other than that, everything else is fine. That's really my one complaint is that the micro management that's going on by the tuffle isn't exciting to read, and it makes your logs. Uh, it it takes away from the real point of the logs. Let me put it that way. So anyway, yeah, good job, Julian. The fight scene at the end, I didn't feel it was very threatening, so I didn't give as many red points as I might usually have. But uh, I think I don't think that'll be a problem for you. Let me put it that way. So anyway, I'm Luke, and I'll see you guys in the chat.